Libra, welcome back for your September reading. If you're wanting to make a booking, you can go to the link that's directly below. For those of you who are new, welcome. If you want to follow the channel, we have regular live sessions. Click the bell and you can come and join us. Okay, now some of the energy of what you will be bringing in is some of the application or the experiences of what you had last month, drawing it through. And the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of the retrograde planets are asking us to go back over old ground, mentally, 3D wise, physically, spiritually. Now, whatever you were doing last month, some of that energy is moving forward. Now, the interesting thing is you've got the Magician card as the crowning energy. So any aspects of tying up loose ends, it's actually giving you power, mental kind of breakdowns of situations, any area that you've been placing the energy in and trying to tie up the loose ends. It's like you've somehow spiritually taken your power back. And I think it's more on a spiritual level, but we'll tune into the rest of the cards and we'll see how this directly relates and links in. You are looking at your life very differently, and it does feel as though you have shed old skin and you are realizing what your goals are, you know, where your power lies in your hands, and what you create and what you manifest is what's going to come out of this situation this month and in your future in general. So anything we are spiritually learning, whichever zodiac sign we are, what we're discarding can be old energies, as well as what we're bringing in is very much the new, so that it can move us forward. Now, in the area of your passions, your pursuits, or your vices, now this can be past energy of the reflection of what you've done and how you're moving forward with that energy. Okay, you can be looking at where perhaps you or another person was stubborn in a certain area. It can also be you, where you're adamant that you're going to take your power back and you're going to move your life forward. So it can be good or bad, and we all have those energies regardless. You know, the balance of us, the yin and yang, we hold all of that. So you're seeing where you had power, perhaps where the power was in other certain areas, out of your domain of control. And you know, you're looking at it from a different perspective now. So it might have actually blocked you. And sometimes what may perhaps be blocking you is that aspect. You're seeing where your pitfalls and your insecurities have been. And again, you're taking your power back. So you're even seeing the vices connected to that, of where when you feel that energy, how it directly impacts you, how you're going to change it, the work that you're going to do in the area, and you're possibly still doing the work on that area now. You're also knowing in yourself to the core of who you are vibrationally, and that you want the balance to bring back that aspect of that purification of your soul. And it's not that we ever get to that purification, it's more the enlightened part, where you can utilize all of your lessons and all of your pitfalls and, you know, every real dynamic of it, and really push it all together and amalgamate it to a point where you're turning into the magician. Now, you're definitely using your intuition, and there was a point where you were feeling perhaps you shouldn't use this, and perhaps it had failed you at some point in time. Now, with you in this area, you're now going to come to a point where you're going to use your intuition and your third eye to guide you, and you're learning more to trust it. You're learning more that everything you deal with, as long as you have the truth in your mind and your heart, and you're using your third eye to navigate yourself through, you know, your passions, your pursuits, but you're taking responsibility. See how the magician holds the energy in his hand. It's like you're taking responsibility for what you intuitively know. Now, what's blocking you is the aspect of your maturity. So sometimes loosen up and try and be to the point where you can be playful and young. You can look at it from a different perspective. It can be an older child, but the energy I'm feeling directly is more you're coming into the month more in an adult way. And even though, you know, some would say I don't do adult, it's you are doing that, but you're actually needing to shake off some of the energy of last month and do something a little bit more to the point of, it could be immature, you know, do something immature just slightly, in a playful manner to keep your energy and your vitality there. Now, money-wise, it can be an abundance coming. It can be what you are, what you're going to get out. It can be a great amount coming through for you guys, where it's very balanced, very harmonious. But keep the balance, and definitely, if you are getting an aspect of abundance, pay it forward in some shape or form so that you're putting that gratitude back into that situation. It can be that you're also nostalgic of a situation and you know that you have to have patience with the aspect of monetary growth and growth within this house. Your health. Okay, it can be that you're being very strict with yourself and you're looking at situations and you're thinking, gosh, I really need to do something in this area. Don't scrutinise yourself in this department. Still be playful with it. So it might be that if you're wanting to do something in the area of your health, that you are being playful with it so that you can enjoy that aspect of it. It can be that other people are being manipulative towards you, and that is directly impacting your health, and it can be making you moody with all the purging and the hard work that you've been putting in. So try and get grounded in that area. Now, where your passions and your pursuits, your finances are, your card, the chakra card you have is throat chakra. So you can be working in the area of communication. You can also be working in an area where you talk directly to people at a regular basis or use technology in general. But your throat chakra and the aspect of the way you communicate can be frustrations where you are working and using your throat chakra a lot, or you're feeling that somebody who is directly around you in your family life or love life, that you're getting frustrated because there's crosswires going on. Try and get your chakra aligned correctly. Again, drink fluid so that you can keep that energy level going, including eating this food group. Now, okay, you really do know what's going on with your body. You're more intuitive, connected to what is going on. That can be good and bad, because sometimes when you are paying attention to your body, you know that you need to do something. But if the 3D nature of situations are taking you away from what you know you need to do, it does frustrate you because you do run a tight ship, okay? When you're strict with yourself, Libra, you're strict with yourself. So if you find people are pulling you in different directions, you need to manage the day in a different manner so that you can get the best out of that situation. If it means you're knuckling down, buckling down and doing tasks, if you have to, even for 1 hour, turn your phone off, okay? Just so that you can get your work done. Now, with work, and this can be something you're working towards, a goal, or an energy of healing, whatever you're feeling you're putting a lot of energy into, be it employment or energy. Okay, you're getting very grounded in this area, and it may be because last month you put a great deal of effort into something, or the way in which you did the processing, mentally speaking, you're more prepared to do it this month. Be very careful though, and it might be at work you're wary of certain individuals. You're also very cautious about other people, so you're doing the work in order to protect yourself in this area. So if you feel emotionally, spiritually or mentally in the area you're working, that there is an energy of a person who does not have the best intent for you, be mindful of it, but just keep your energy very grounded and white light yourself. It might be someone who did wrong by you, that with all the work you're doing now, you're keeping your cards close to your chest and you're actually creating things in the back scene to move your life forward. I'll pull a clarifier on that. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, you did. It feels as though this stagnation may have been connected to other areas and maybe even a trigger point for you. But with the meditation and the groundwork, it feels it's moving that energy forward. it was almost like, to a degree, you were giving your power away, but now you're taking the power back and you're actually seeing you have the power in your own hands. You are your own unique individual. It's more you're placing a competition directly connected to yourself and setting the challenge. So, you know, the opposition is really you. And you're realizing that through the way in which you had been doing things before, definitely with the planets retrograde, depending on whether you were running a business or you're working for somebody else, you're looking at it and seeing how you can apply your energy in a different manner to get a better situation moving forward. Now, the clarity is coming through for you guys in all areas. So you're going to gain clarity. And you're also rebuilding something and redoing something. And that's everything. And it's something you're really passionate about. That's in your love life. It's your soul as well. And it's also everything you're placing your energy towards. Now, spiritually speaking, you're feeling very passionate in your life. You're getting the passion back. You're getting the playfulness back. But it can make you super playful, so be cautious. It is very playful energy coming through. It can be that, emotionally speaking, you're more open, but it can be that for some of you, spiritually speaking, that you have offers and it's confusing you. So just be careful, get grounded, because you're going to need to communicate your truth of what a decision is. I feel somebody's going to ask you a question, and spiritually it might be you're mentally working through someone who was in that way natured, and you're then trying to work out in your mind what to do, you or another person. Romantically speaking, okay, for some of you who are single, it might be you're negotiating with a previous person how something is going to go. It can be you communicating about the past. It can be you're trying to tie up loose ends and make decisions about where life is to go from here. In a current partnership, it feels a redirection of the energy of where to go from here and how to proceed forward. You're being very strong and you're definitely using your throat chakra. You're definitely having a rebuild in your life to place it where you want to be. That's your life. If they're to join you, that is your decision. You have clarity in this area, and if you don't, feel free, come through and we can tune into it and work through the blocks to help you understand. Ultimately speaking, this is your energy of what you already know, okay? So what you want to do with it and how you want to direct your energy is going to be completely up to you. Something is, and again, you know, it's almost the power in your hands. It's really up to you what you're going to do. You are seeing signs and synchronicities, and it's going to take skill to keep very grounded through this energy. So whatever you're choosing to do, it can be purging old habits and old ways, and you meditating on maybe past tense scenarios and weighing up the pros and cons of this situation. You're also paranoid about bad luck, and it's making you very unhinged, but you really need to talk about that and communicate that. But it is a very healthy, swift decision, and there is a lot of passion between you and this person, be it coupled or single. You know, so there is passion in this connection. Their energy is there might have been a two-party situation, or they're handling too many things at the moment, and, you know, it's really trying to decipher. I feel past tense energy. Okay, try not to get to a point where you get paranoid. As I said, you need to use your intuition. Don't lie to yourself, even if it is from a fear-based situation. You know, be very truthful and really speak your truth. So even if you're fearful that it might offend or hurt people, come up front and be up front with it, because you also do have your own clarity. You do know what you need to do. You do know what you want to do. And really, with this decision and this, you know, trying to be brave, you're thinking at where things weren't balanced, where things went overboard. And where you felt neglected in the connection, you're really going to take the bull by the horns and actually talk about where you're going to go from here. And it feels it's a mutual conversation. I really do think there's throat chakra involved here. Try and keep your energy balanced and mature, because you are, the block is, you know, being mature. So try and be mature, but be playful with it as well. And especially if you're getting nervous about speaking your truth, try and take it more from a playful point. Even if there was hurt in your life from the past, or, you know, in a current situation you're in, try and keep the energy balanced to a point where you can communicate correctly. Now, even though there's great passion here, and, you know, it's almost like it's, whatever this is, it's really begging to move forward, and it isn't a passionate way. Both of you combined can do this, providing you do it in a correct manner. Yes, it's going to take work. Yes, you know, between you, there is alchemy. But, you know, you need to be mutual about this situation and adult about it. Can be a financial situation you're working towards, or connected to home. Now this person really wants to take their power back in their life, and I don't feel it's directly connected to you. I feel it's them within their life. I'll pull one more clarifier. Okay, they were unprepared before, but when you have this discussion, it's going to get to a point where you guys can both have the clarity. Now, there will be a mid-month video, so if you want to jump through and book a reading for us to actually meditate on the situation and see further what's going on, you can. The last two cards of what you're actually not seeing is something's going to transpire connected to home. And it is home, and it's you not moving. So it might be somebody moving in, or you not moving yet. There might be a delay in that. But that's what you're not seeing just yet. So there's a change at home, but it's not connected to a journey. So tell me how it applies.